2025, here we are. It's our hope that you've enjoyed your festive season and geared up to the success of this year. I promise you, on our end, we've enjoyed our holidays. But behind the scenes, we have digging, not only to give you information, but also to give you the best in terms of production and content. With that said, welcome to the show. My name is Naomi Mbuvi, and this is the Land and Property Diary. Prefab, often confused for container spaces or houses. Is this the case though? To help us demystify the whole conversation and argument, we caught up with Ben, who is a specialist in matters prefab homes and spaces. Ben, hi.
Hi Naomi.
How are you?
Very good, and yourself?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm about to give you all my money even before I have information because the beauty I've seen out there, wonderful.
Thank you.
I just want to know, what is the difference between prefabs and container houses?
Container house would be based on a steel shipping container, which is essentially a steel box that was designed for shipping goods in the ocean. And a prefabricated house is a house that's designed as a home. It is a fully insulated structure. It can be built to any size. We don't have any height or width restrictions like you would in a container. Our prefabricated homes are basically steel, all steel structures. We use very little timber on our structures.
Okay.
Mostly steel and materials that are sustainable. We build our subframes, as you can see here. This is the base currently under construction of one of our houses. This is our rig where we actually make the bases. We would put this base on some small pillars which we would cement into the ground.
Something similar to this?
Something similar to it, but a little bit bigger than that one.
Okay. That means then we have no foundation. What does that mean?
So there's no cement plinth on the ground.
Okay.
So we are only going to dig a few small holes where we will cement a pillar in. Okay. Then we will put our subframe onto those small pillars.
All right.
So our very minimal disruption on your site.
Okay.
We don't need any earth moving equipment there. Whether your ground is level or not level, we will just adjust our pillars to your ground. So very light-footed, minimal impact on the environment.
Okay. So once you have the frame, what do you do with this frame?
So this frame would be designed in a way that it can actually be manhandled. So even if your site is in a difficult location where we can't get a vehicle or a crane or any heavy machinery, we can actually carry the parts of the pod into the location and assemble it on site. Yeah. So this would be the base. Once we have this base in site and fixed to our pillars, then we would build the pod now on top of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I look at this frame, it feels, I can almost see a house. What kind of house is this?
So this actually, what you're seeing here is a one bedroom. So this is what we call a pod one. So this would be a bedroom, a bathroom, a complete kitchen, and a living area.
Okay.
Yeah, would all fit into this
All
compact, well thought out space.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want a two-bedroom, you extend that way.
Our pod 2, which is the two-bedroom version of this, is exactly double this. So you would have two of these units side by side to
Okay.
give you the pod 2. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Can you achieve that upwards?
It's possible. Yes.
You can achieve it upwards?
Actually, this year we're going to launch our two-story units. Yes. So we will be doing that later in the year.
Super.
Yes.
Once we're done here with the frame?
I think you can see here a completed frame.
Okay.
This will give you a bit of an idea of how it would look before it would go out to a site. This here is actually a pod 1. It's a complete one-bedroom subframe. This would be bolted together onto those pillars that we talked about earlier, and then our pod would be assembled on top of that.
Does that assembling happen here, or where does it happen?
On the site.
On the site.
On the site,
So
yes.
these pieces I'm seeing here, you carry them to the site?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's get to the actual raising of the house once we have the structure.
We launched this product 18 months ago here in Navasha. And prior to that, we were building houses traditionally with stone and mortar, which we did for many years previously. But we found the need for something new, something different, and something that we could more mass produce. We got a lot of inquiries to build houses all over the country, and an easier way for us to do that was manufacture something that we can then ship out.
All right.
And now we are doing not only Kenya, but now we are looking at all of East Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to manufacturing, what materials do you use?
This here is a wall section of one of our, I think this is a 2-bedroom wall section. You can see we build all of our walls using insulated panel. The panel is made with iron sheets on either side, and then on the inside it is polystyrene. The polystyrene gives it the insulation.
Okay.
This panel will insulate just as well as a normal stone and mortar build would insulate. We also use the same panel on the roof, so you still have either, depending on the house or the pod that we were doing, it would either be 75 millimeter or 100 millimeter or 120. On the bigger houses, the walls are actually thicker.
Okay.
This wall is actually for a small house.
A small house being what, 1 and 2 bedroom?
Yeah, I think this, to be honest, I think this is for a studio.
This is for a studio house?
This is for a studio, yes. So this is our thinnest wall.
Okay.
A 2-bedroom would be slightly bigger, and the 3-bedroom is even bigger again.
Okay.
Same with our 2-story units; they will have bigger walls.
Is this a complete wall, or is there anything beyond this?
So once this has been taken to the site, and we have our subframe down, then these wall sections will be erected on top of the subframe. Then we would do, on the outside, we would have another layer of iron sheet for the cladding, which could either be iron sheet or fiber cement board or wood, depending on what the client wants. We've actually done quite a few houses where they're completely clad in wood.
Okay.
And then on the inside, we would have a gypsum board to have a nice smooth finish, on the inside. Yeah.
Okay.
That would be on your wall and on the ceilings as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to the ground, the floor, where there's the frame. What materials do you use on top of the frame?
So on top of the frame, we use a combination of fiber cement board or marine ply, depending on the application. In wet areas, we would normally use the fiber cement, which is a fully waterproof board. Some clients opt to have the whole unit with fiber cement.
Okay.
If we're doing commercial spaces, for all of our shops and kitchens and that we have done, we've always used the fiber cement as the base of our floor because it's fully waterproof.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does this take care of damp proofing as well?
This is no moisture can get into this because one, we are raised off the ground, so there is an airflow underneath. We are not sitting on the ground, so no moisture can actually come through, and no moisture can come through this. So and this wall will not absorb moisture, so we would never have any damp in
the
our
house.
walls, no.
Okay. Now, how then do you cost? If I need this, would still be what, the 1 bedroom, isn't it? Is this 1 or 2 bedroom floor?
This whole frame here is a 2-bedroom.
It's a 2-bedroom.
It's a pod 2, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What factors then do come into play when you need to cost for somebody?
So it mostly comes down to our input materials and where we're getting our input materials from. The cost of the panel is probably the biggest cost in the construction of our house. It is the most expensive part. And then it would also come down to finishes that the client required.
Okay.
Most of our houses, if you look on our website or on our brochures, our pricing includes everything. We're the fully complete unit. Our kitchens are complete, ovens, microwaves, everything is built in. It's basically it's basically ready for you to move in.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we hand over the house for you, you just need to bring a bed.
Show up.
And a sofa.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah. If you look around here, this is one of our. This is a wall going on here. You can see they're cutting in the window here. This is ready to go to a site. All of our walls come pre-made in sections with the plumbing and electrical all built into the wall. We can actually put a 1-bedroom house together in a matter of about 2 weeks. If it was a traditional build, we would have builders moving in and out of the site for many months. Yeah.
The inconvenience of that.
The inconvenience of that, yes.
Okay.
Plus also the hassle of trucks bringing sand and gravel and raw materials, all that damage on your property.
On your property.
Whereas we are very light, we're very clean and neat. Yeah. So the 2-bedroom unit we call a pod 2. There's actually quite a few variations of the pod 2. You can see on our website we have quite a few different variations, different designs for different people, different needs, different requirements.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this kind of house, 2-bedroom, How long does it take from the beginning of design to delivery?
So on our website, we say 9 weeks from the time you pay your deposit to the time we hand over the key.
Okay.
Is about 9 weeks.
9 weeks.
A lot of that time is here in the factory, and then the final, for a pod 2, we would be on your site for anywhere between three to 4 weeks.
Okay.
We will be on your site doing the final assembly, putting everything together, and doing the finishing touches on the inside.
So 9 weeks is in all that?
Yes.
Okay. Is that standard for all the sizes of homes?
No, like a 1 bedroom, would be 6 weeks, where we would only be on your site for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And we recently completed a pod 3, which is currently our largest model. It's 135 square meters, so it's quite a substantial build. We completed that on the client site in 40 days. So not a lot of inconvenience to the client.
That is a lot of convenience to the client.
Yes, I mean, we are in and out, and not a lot of noise, not a lot of mess.
With the changing times and technological advancements, it is about time we started making the shift too. But we are just getting started, because when we come back, we will be delving even deeper into this construction method. You know, Ben, I'm asking myself, who wouldn't want to sit outside on a deck like this and have a nice cup of coffee or a book, This is something people should adopt.
Absolutely, especially in a place like this. Yeah.
Cold. This is Limuru. People don't know actually. This is Limuru.
We are in Limuru, and it does get very cold here at night.
Yeah.
Yes.
But by day, this is just nice. You said you do not do the ordinary foundations. You come and lay them up. Now maybe you can explain to us how you achieve that.
So, because our pods are quite light, we don't do a traditional concrete plinth like you would in a normal traditional build. We build, all of our pods are raised off the ground. We put the subframes on small pillars that are cemented into the ground.
Okay.
So we have very little impact on the ground, very little impact on the environment.
Okay.
With our pillars, and it also gives us the flexibility of being able to work on an uneven ground. Yes, we don't need a flat leveled surface to put our pods. We can put them basically anywhere. Yeah.
So then that explains then the different lengths when it comes to different pods.
Yeah. So the height of the pillar will be determined by the
landscape.
Yeah, the undulation of the ground. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Design. Who designs these pods? Can I come with my own design, or do you have set designs?
Okay, so when we launched the pods, we launched with a set of designs. These were basically my designs that I had worked on, over the years, and we launched with those set designs. Though we have actually added to those since we launched, and we actually have new designs coming out over the next. In fact, this year we have quite a few new designs coming out, so quite exciting designs. But at the moment, we're really not offering any full customization unless it's for multiple units. We try and stick as closely as possible to our set designs. Obviously, we allow small changes if you want to change a small wall or something, or a window if you want to make a window a little bit bigger or smaller, or things like that. We're very flexible with, especially things like of all the internal things. We'll probably go through a lot of that, but a lot of things we are flexible, but we're not actually offering full custom designs at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what factors then do you put in place or do you consider when you're creating your designs?
Well, I think there are certain constraints that we are presented with the materials that we use. As you know, our designs are built for speed. As you know, our timelines are much shorter than a traditional build. So there are certain constraints, and I think that leads us to a lot of our designs and how they look are based on those restrictions that we have. And that's why a lot of that we're not really offering full customization.
Obviously, there's a building regulation. Does that apply to pods in terms of inspection and in terms of quality survey?
Yeah, it does. So your local government would consider this a livable dwelling, and therefore we still have to abide by the same building permit requirements and the same regulations in each of the counties. We work closely with a lot of them. And we would also assist clients in getting those building permits, depending on where it was. But yes, all the building permits are required.
They are required, they apply.
Yeah.
When it comes to inspection and the quality control, who does that part?
So both the county will often send a representative to have a look at the final product. But we also have a team that does our quality control, and there's a team that actually goes around checking on each and every stage of the build.
Okay.
So we oversee a lot of that ourselves, but then in some instances the county does get involved as well. Yeah.
So this is in collaboration with the local government?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you mentioned earlier about moving, this being manufactured at your site, at not the site, but at your factory, then now you move this to site. I just need to clarification, do you transport this now to me in my space once you're done, or do I come and pick up my house and go?
So we do the whole process. The house is manufactured in the factory, and then that is delivered. We would flat pack that house on the back of our truck, and we would deliver it to your site, and then we would have a team on your site that would erect the building, finish the building completely, do all the finishing. Everything would be done to the point where we would then at the end hand you a key to your fully completed house.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that resolves is time wastage, because we waste a lot of time going to inspect our sites when we're building a house, and loss of materials.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of our sites, we have very minimal impact from the input from the owner. Most of the time it is just our team that handles all of that. We deal with a lot of clients who don't actually live in the country, and they don't actually, they have zero involvement in the build process. We hand them a key at the end of the product, at the end of the process.
The process.
Yeah.
The one for people living out of the country, they'd be very happy because there's a tradition here. You send money to your relatives to build you a house, you never see that house. You find a mad house, 10 million later.
Yes.
I'll take a short break because I must show you what a pod looks like. This is the most exciting bit. See you after the break. Awesome, super. This environment is to die for. As promised, this year we're bringing you information and content for you to know what to do with your spaces. Unakuwa na kashamba mahali and don't know what to do with it, I have brought you the solutions. I don't know about you, but I am convinced this is worth every penny that I have. Ben, I'm tired of waiting to see that house. Please, show me around.
Let's go.
We did?
Let's
Let's
go.
go. Let's see what 9 weeks can do for us.
All right.
Oh, wow. Oh, beautiful.
The whole house is built with panel, and you have panel on the roof as well. So you're fully insulated all the way around. And then we have a nice clean gypsum finish on the inside.
Okay. Now let's talk about insulation, because this being removed, it is very cold outside. But in here, it feels warm.
Yes.
Insulation. What is the purpose of insulation, and what do you insulate with?
So, well, the purpose of insulation is you want to keep the cold out and the warm in.
Yes.
And when it's hot, you want to keep you want to keep it cool inside. And that's why we have insulation on all of our walls. So we use our panels centered with polystyrene, and that is the center of our insulation. So we have either 75 millimeter or 100 millimeter of insulation in the walls, and 175 or 100 millimeter insulation on the ceiling as well. So we're fully insulated all the way around. So you're completely protected in here.
Okay. I do not see wires and I don't see plumbing. How do you take care of that?
All of our electrical and all of our plumbing is inside the panel.
Okay.
So you will never see any of that.
It comes set.
Yeah.
All right. Now, when I receive my house, am I receiving it as is now? Because there's this beautiful island. There's the, you talked about a fitted kitchen. This is what you mean?
Yeah. So all of our houses come fully fitted. This is an example kitchen of what you would get. All of our houses, all of the models that have kitchens, some of our models don't have kitchens, but the models that have kitchens will come with an oven. They'll also come with a gas cooker. Okay. Whether it be the smaller models might have a double one. This one has a big one, and on our big houses they have the 5 burner.
The 5 burner.
Yeah. This would normally come with a built-in oven here as well, but since this unit is used for Airbnb, we don't actually put the ovens in the Airbnb unit. Just nobody cooks a cake when they're on holiday.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. And the other rooms in a house, when you have the bedroom, you have the toilets, the bathroom, that comes fitted with everything.
Everything is fitted, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everything is fitted. Everything is ready to go. So in the bathroom, you have your vanity unit, sink, mirror, toilet, shower, and the bedrooms all have built-in wardrobes.
So what you're telling me is, if right now we sign like a deposit, I see you next time with a key with the house looking like this.
Absolutely, yes.
Super. Yes. Let's talk about the roofing, because people love using alternative energy from maybe the York energy. Talking about solar.
Right.
Am I able to place solar up there?
Yes. You can put solar panels on the roof. In fact, we offer solar packages for each and every one of our pods. And we can install that when we install the pod. All of them have provision for it so that you can add it in later if need be.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have obsession of Maji. Maji is water. Water tanks. Where then would you advise someone to place the water tanks in such a setting?
You would have to put a water tank next to the house.
Okay.
Yeah, next to the house, or preferably somewhere on a higher location so that you would get a gravity feed.
Okay.
Or maybe even a small water tank stand next to the house, but you would not be able to put it on the roof.
On the roof?
Yeah.
It's too heavy, too bulky?
It's too heavy, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, even with all this, how do I maintain this and lifespan of such a house?
So all of our pods are designed with minimal maintenance in mind. A lot of our clientele use pods for Airbnb and short-term let, so we've designed them to be as simple and straightforward as possible, with as least amount of maintenance possible. Okay. Yeah.
Now this is the pod, but what else can I accessorize this with to make my space, look a bit good?
So we offer various options. We offer the deck. You can add a deck onto the side of it. You can change the color of the outside. We offer quite a few different colors on the outside. We offer a wooden front facade, which sort of breaks up the color of the main pod. We also offer different options with that. We offer different cladding options on the outside. We're quite flexible with that and how the pod can look on the outside, to fit to your taste.
And I think it's good when you advise, because we can play around with such spaces where you're putting different paints on the outside, and kills the whole plot of what the house needs to look like.
Yeah. It needs to be something that fits into your environment. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said this is a what? This is like an SQ. This is a studio.
This is a pod one. This is a 1-bedroom. So the 1-bedroom comes with the full kitchen, whereas the studio would have more of a kitchenette. Yeah.
I want to know how much. What I'm standing on, how much is this 1-bedroom?
So the base price for a pod 1 is 4.9 million.
0.9.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Studio and the 2.
Studio is 3.7 million, and the 2-bedroom, we have quite a few variations of the 2-bedroom, but they start at 6.9 million and they go up to about 9.5 million, depending on the size, depending on the size of the rooms, and depending on the kitchen you get as well. Because the bigger units have bigger kitchens than this, you get a lot more space, a lot more features in the bigger units.
Okay. That price has taken care of transportation the fixtures, everything?
So that is the price of the pod, the complete pod with all of its fixtures, with everything inside, all of your plumbing, all of your electrical, all of your appliances, except the fridge. We don't provide fridges. We don't provide soft furnishings, but all of your built-in furniture is included in the unit, ready for someone to move into. The only thing that we don't include on that is the transportation cost, because obviously that depends on where you are and how far away you are from where we are based.
Correct.
And then there is also an on-site fee which we charge, which basically depends on if you're hanging off the side of a cliff, then there's going to be a lot more foundation that we're going to have to put into the ground to make it work. If you're on very flat ground, then it's going to be a lot less. So we cost that after we've done a site visit. So normally with the process would be, if you're interested in buying one of our pods, we would do a site visit to your location and advise you what would be the best option, what would fit in that area. And from that, we would be able to then quote you what the foundation costs, what the transportation costs would be.
Flooring, even as I look around, flooring, what materials do you recommend?
So we offer options for all of our pods with flooring. This particular one has SPC, which is a stone composite flooring. It's a type of luxury vinyl. This is fully 100% waterproof. This is probably the most common option that we use. We also use engineered wood. If a client wanted to engineer wood, that would be a slight upgrade. And we can also do tiles, depending on what your requirements would be.
So that is now personal preference? That
is personal preference. Just as with the complete kitchen that we've got here, any color, we will give you a palette of different colors, wood finishes, color choices, same with the granite tops. Your choice.
All right. I want to look around.
Sure.
Now, these walls, they feel like it looks like cement.
Yes.
Doesn't feel like.
Yes.
Back to insulation. What is the advantage in terms of noise, in terms of weather?
So we get very good noise cancellation through the walls as well. If you're in the room and you have the door closed, you'll not hear someone talking out here. Yeah, they're very, very well insulated.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I cannot say how impressed I am. This is worth an investment. If someone wants to find you, Ben, and they're interested in such pods, where can they find you?
So we're based up in Naivasha. We are online. We have a website where anybody can find us, www.spinksinvest.com. All of our information is there. Anyone is welcome to come to the factory in Naivasha and see us.
Okay.
We're very much.
You also love social media. Do you have handles?
We do, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What are your handles?
At Spinksinvest. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. I think we're on all of them, really.
I hope you'll allow me to enjoy the next 3 hours here.
Oh, okay.
Let me just have some good time here.
Yeah.
Okay?
Definitely.
All right, super. Well, you've heard it from the horse's mouth, and I hope we have done it justice in explaining how prefabs work. However, if you have questions or you need more clarity, feel free to reach me. The number is 22422, or all my social handles at Naomi Mbuvi and at the Land and Property Diary. We also have the email below. That's it for this week. I have been your host, Naomi Mbuvi. Wacha niwaache na breathtaking